we're going to visit each one of those on 4 different days, you know, maybe a weekday, a weekend, evening, morning, whatever, and go and do a 2-hour survey. So say we did 9 restaurants and surveyed each restaurant 4 times, that would be 36 times going sitting for a few hours at a time in front of a restaurant. Now, you could position your survey so that you can actually do more than one business at a time. You can say, oh, I'm going to go in the downtown area, so I can look at the Bumbleberry and Pizza Noodle and everything at the same time. But like I said, it's going to be fairly labor intensive.
Who actually can do it?
Well,
Hey, beat shoveling sand.
That's what he was saying.
we could do it as a planning commission and use our resources, or we could hire a transportation consulting firm to do it. We could maybe look and see if there are like interns from Dixie or SUU that need a summer project.
We don't have money for that. The
No,
organization
we don't have
does
money to
that.
hire a transportation consultant. So it would either be the commission or looking for volunteer labor, like interns or your friends and neighbors that you can throw things to do.
So is this something you'd want to do during a busy time or during a variety of
A variety of times.
variety of times?
Yeah, so you can get an estimate on, you know, a weekday at 3 o'clock and then a Saturday at whenever the busy time, Saturday or Sunday.
Okay.
It would just be a study that would sort of be seasonal. You do it in the spring, summer, and fall, or would you just do it in the summer and call that good?
Well, again, it depends on how robust you want the study to be. Certainly, you wouldn't want to do it in winter and use those results for the ordinance. Typically, the way parking ordinances are written, they provide parking for the 10th busiest hour of parking of the whole year, which typically falls during the Thanksgiving shopping area, the Thanksgiving shopping time. So the ordinance that we have written, again, is established on national standards, written for the 10th busiest hour of parking, which is typically the Thanksgiving shopping weekend. So you as a commission would need to determine, well, when do we want to base our parking requirements? Do we want to base it on the very, very busiest time, so that there's always enough parking? Or do we want to base it on maybe the 70th percentile busiest time, so that 70% of the time there's enough parking, 30% of the time you got to walk a little ways.
What's the busiest day in Florida? Is there one day, is it Easter weekend?
Memorial weekend is probably the busiest weekend, but Easter's busy, Labor Day's busy, President's Day's busy, the Thanksgiving week is busy, but Memorial is probably the busiest. They have the most ridership on the shuttles.
Well, it seems like that time, that Easter might be the best times to try to do this.
We did one survey during Easter and one survey during Memorial Day.
Maybe none of those convenient.
Yeah, that's really convenient.
Just what you guys want to do on Easter.
So that means you want the noon shift, right?
But again, if this is something that the commission is interested in and thinks is valuable, then we can get more detail on the specifics of how the survey will operate. And,
I think we can do it. I was also looking at kind of the grid that we have with the spaces required that you talked about earlier, and I think that certainly could be improved a little bit too. But obviously we'll need the data in order to truly improve it. So I think we should prioritize it. Do more if you need.
I'll put this on the priority, the planning commission's priority work list as well, and maybe next month I'll come back with maybe a more refined look at how a parking survey could work, so we can get a little more detail about what you're getting yourself into.
agenda, it's the scheduling the training meeting and retreat.
And it could actually be a retreat, because I have been working with Park Service to see if we can meet at the nature center.
Yes.
So we could actually not have to be in this room.
My annual pass to the park is lapsed.
Well, I think for a meeting you could get in.
Oh,
Just say,
Yeah.
bullshit.
They would go.
I'm having lunch with Keziah.
They would
Yeah,
go.
that's too cool.
Mhm. So, I've got times when the nature center is not available. And then, so when were we,
Well, that's what we were to come to the meeting with, is our availability.
so the week of the 7th, next week is the nature center is not available. The next week it's fully open,
So like the 14th and 18th?
yes.
We, as a staff, we may need a little bit of time
We do need a little bit of time.
to prepare.
Okay, the next week, the week of the 20th, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday are open.
Tuesday the 22nd, Wednesday the 23rd, Thursday the 24th.
Yes.
Those times work for me.
20, is it 3 days?
No.
No.
Few hours, I was like,
The
23rd is,
It's 3 days and you can't go home.
we're bringing a statement back.
yeah.
And you can't go to the bathroom either.
Nothing, just stay there, no food either, huh? Wow.
You will come up with this ordinance before you visit the ladies' room.
Okay.
Rebecca, you said the
The
23rd?
23rd works really well for me. The 22nd isn't so great.
It works for me.
Sweet. Okay, how's the 23rd for you?
Fine.
Should we don't have Christine or
Christine's not going to be here in February.
Joe. She won't.
Let's push it.
Go to March. Yeah.
March.
Yeah, she could really benefit, because she hasn't had any other training at all. Some of you have.
The week of the 7th and the week of the 14th in March.
Are open?
Oh, let me see.
The week of
The week of the 7th.
should be okay. Any day but the 8th. Or actually the 9th either.
The only 2 days are good.
Well, I could do the 9th.
What about the,
Well, the 8th, I can, don't plan it around me, I'll make it work. Plan it around what works for you.
Yeah, neither of those days are out of me, I don't.
I don't care. It doesn't matter.
The 9th,
The 9th is fine. What time?
does that work for you?
Yeah, I'm fine with April.
Okay, what works best for a time? Last time we met from like 8:30 to
That was
noonish.
too early.
That was
I'm
pretty
sorry.
So I mean a little bit later. We
Yeah.
had
Yeah.
Danishes.
9.
Is that still too early?
I don't care. I just work nights and so it's all messed up. I can do it at 9.
9 o'clock.
And how many hours is it? I'm sorry.
4. 3 or
Probably
4.
4,
Yeah.
yeah.
9 to 1?
And the time will probably feed us.
Unless we go to 10, break for lunch, and then come back.
Well, we lose you.
No,
Well, we
you have to eat
we eat
together.
together wherever we're at. We go
Yeah.
in the office.
We'll be like a classroom, you know, ties together now.
That actually not a bad idea, because,
Yeah,
It would break it up a little.
So
yeah,
we can leave
and
it
then come
10?
back.
No, go ahead, yeah. What I was gonna say was that, Rick and I talked about adding a component for the Board of Adjustment, because they haven't had their training in a long, long time. And it comes up because the Virgin Board of Adjustment would also like some training. So we wondered if we could have a component where he would teach the Board of Adjustment class.
well, that would be a really good idea. I think Mike's idea would facilitate that, if we had like a morning session and an afternoon session, and maybe the morning session is more geared towards
Opma,
procedural issues, optima, that kind of stuff that the Board of Adjustment would also benefit from. And then the afternoon session would be more geared towards plan commission issues.
But we need to be both?
Yes.
could we fit the basics of how to do findings in the morning session then?
Yeah, sure, we can arrange it however,
Okay.
however works best. Would that be okay if we started at like 10? So we went from 10 to noon, then broke for lunch, and then went from 1 to 3. That's adding another hour because of lunch. We won't do it.
And can't we just do a half-hour lunch instead of a full hour? Or eat while we,
If we go someplace, it'll take an hour.
oh yeah.
But if we have it
Maybe
What about if we
delivered,
that would be
Yeah.
probably the best way to do it.
Yeah, it would be.
Have someone
actually,
bring up some
deliver
sandwiches or
Sounds
Yeah,
good.
we'll bring lunch, sorry.
some pizzas.
we have to,
Could we eat outside?
yeah, it'd be fine. Oh, we can eat at the nature center. There's a kitchen.
So 10 to 12 and 12:30 to 2:30?
Yeah.
I think that sounds great.
So did we decide on the 9th or the 8th? Or
Well, we need to check with Joe and Christine.
But the 9th is our,
Night.
is what we've identified.
Yeah, let's tentatively plan for the night. We'll check with Joe and Christine, make sure they can make it, and then we'll confirm.
Awesome. So exciting.
anything else anyone would like to discuss while we're here? Then, I have a motion to adjourn.
I'd like to make the motion to adjourn.
I second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.